Here we have a 2018 on a 67 registration, Scania K410EB, Caetano Levante 2, 56 seat, PSVAR compliant executive coach. So, we are in the Welsh Valleys this morning at Maesteg. Like most places to the north of the M4, it's up a big hill. And we're at Forge Travel. We're offering for sale 3 of these 14-metre triaxle Scania Levantes. 2 are in this cream livery, having recently been repainted. 1 is still in white. To be honest, I think a bit of colour on a Levante just makes it look a better vehicle. They just don't look as long and boring. Standard Levante features, alloy wheels fitted. There's not really much to worry about on the bodywork till you get to the usual back corners on these things. But they've got body guy here that can tidy all that up for us as and when. Or if you're going to decide to paint it, we don't need to do it, do we? Under the bonnet, Euro 6 Scania engine. That is driven through Scania's OptiCruise automated gearbox. I've had to triple check that because I got a bit confused. I'll show you why when we get on. Again, bit of back corner damage. That's the problem with these. Just tail swing. But unfortunately, it might be something in the future we're going to have to give a lot of consideration to. But again, more about that in a minute. Power operated lockers to the near side. On Levante 2s, they discontinued the power lockers to the offside because they realised they hardly got used anyway. Winner with these, massive luggage. There is no interruptions whatsoever by toilets, steps, anything. You have got huge luggage capacity, which takes me to what I was talking about length and up seating. We'll come to that, as I said. LED destination displays to front, side and rear. We've got a front step-mounted wheelchair lift, and then as we jump on board, it's all fairly standard, what you'd expect. 56 Faenza Gala reclining seats. They're fitted with 3-point seat belts, trimmed in full leather. And it's hard wearing stuff, this, because you can imagine how many bums this bus has had on these seats over the years, but they're still in a very, very good condition, very serviceable. You know, you can carry on using this as it is. They've all got the centre armrest fitted as well. We have a rear floor mounted toilet. All the seats have a 240 volt socket in the centre. Wood effect laminate to the floor. We're wired for CCTV. We're fully air conditioned. Ticks all the boxes, this, but getting back to what I was saying about size and so on, you'll get 85 seats in one of these, 3 and 2. You'll actually get, if you wanted just to keep, see, let's get down to the options here, right? 3 and 2's a one-trick pony, right? So here's your options: 85, 3 and 2. Bearing in mind, your Euro 6 and your PSVR compliant, or if you want to keep the toilet, 80, 3 and 2, plus the toilet. For me, I don't see the point of having a toilet in what's essentially a school coach, but then there's an operator down the road from me who says they're great for doing school trips to London because you're not having to stop at Eston for 80 kids to go to the loo when you've got it on the coach. Now, we've also done a bit of sums. If you wanted to keep one of these 2 and 2, so you could still use them on the rail, and use them on weekend private hires or whatever, you can get 69 in, 2 and 2 and a 5 across the back. If you make the row in front of the back 3 and 2 and the rest 2 and 2 with full-size prime seats rather than the narrow ones, you'll get 70, and there's your magic number. So you can have 2 and 2, more or less, 70 seats, becomes a more usable vehicle. So there's loads of options with one of these. And we've got to remember, we're going to head into a Decker crisis. Now, we had this in the 90s post-deregulation because nobody bought any Deckers after deregulation for about 5 years. So there was a gap where there was no double-deckers coming out. we're going to get it again because London supplies everywhere else pretty much, right? If you look at Stagecoach, their provincial enviros, listen, they're still running, well, B Network now as it is, they're still running 08 plates in Manchester. They're nearly 20 years old. They don't part with them. The London stuff comes out, but what's left in London that's full diesel now? Not much. So there's going to become a full diesel double-deck shortage. Your only option is going to be, if you want north of 70 seats, if you can't go high, you got to go long. So somehow or other, all the operators out there that say, we're not running triaxles, these are too long, etc., you've only really got two options going forward. And that, unfortunately, that is the reality. Your magic seat. So that's your magic seat there. So somehow that sort of twists around and comes apart and makes a wheelchair space. So you drop to 54 with a wheelchair. Dash on these. All seems good. There's just one. You need a blanking plate there just to cover that up if you want it to be sort of for, you know, 20 pence or something. Steering wheel's looking a bit scruffy, but mileage, I'm not surprised. You know, you get a new steering wheel, you put one of them steering wheel covers on just to tidy it up. Mileage, 1.15 million kilometres on this. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not been mega worked hard for a Natex vehicle, but it's an ex-Natex vehicle. It's going to be high mileage. That is the crux of the matter, you know. But the rest of the dashboard is all good. We've got lane departure warning. We've got automated emergency braking system stroke adaptive cruise control. This one, courier seat as well, which is an added bonus. You know, for me, I'm sorry folks, but for high capacity, this is the future. Not my decision, just how it is. So to recap, oh, there's a bit of, the mirror's a bit mangled up there, but we can fast sort that. But to recap, one of three. 2018 on 67 registrations, Scania K410 EB, Catano Avanti 2, 56 seat, PSVAR compliant executive coach.